keen. Shortcuts. Hello, my name is Rosie, and welcome to Rosie Jones's Disability Comedy Extravaganza! The only show on British television that isn't presented by Jimmy Carr. Yet. It's knocking on the door, but I won't let the robot in. Because of my cerebral palsy, I talk very loudly and very slowly. Basically, I talk like an arrogant man. Abroad. Hello! My name is Rosie. Do you know where the pub is? I love alcohol, and my favourite part about my job is I can get up, drink all day, come here, do my job, and you can't tell. And even if you could, and what would tomorrow, can you say, yeah, I saw Rosie Jones last night, and I think she was drunk. She was like stumbling around, slurring her words. There is no way you're getting out of that conversation without sounding like a twat. Try it. Right, I'm bored of you now. So would you like to see your first brilliant comedian? Good. Well, whoop, cheer, and holler for Alex Mitchell!
London! Are you well, London? It's good to see you. Good, I'm glad. It's a pleasure to be here in the big city. I'm so excited, mainly because I am from a small town called Luton. All of you just surprised I made it out alive. That's what that is, isn't it? That's what that is, yeah. It's quite a difficult place to grow up, Luton. High rates of poverty, high rates of crime. I did my driving test when I was a teenager in Luton. My driving instructor said, pull over whenever it's safe to do so. I drove to Cambridge. That's what we're working with, okay? It's not good. All right. Don't panic, by the way. We will address the elephant in the room. I'm aware I look like a homeless Alan Carr. That's my face. Drink it in. Enjoy. Enjoy. I do have to give you a proper pre-warning before I start my set proper, though. and that is if you struggle to understand anything I say tonight, no, that is completely fine, completely normal. Just know that English is not my first language. It's actually dolphin. Bit of fun, isn't it? I go to the aquarium, we start the revolution. You're all going to be sounding like this soon enough. We're coming. It is a pleasure to be here. I have a disability called FND. It's a neurological condition, right? Brain condition, affects me in lots of ways, right? It caused me to have functional tics, and that affected my last job, right? It affected my last job quite badly. Interestingly, before I did this job, I was a teacher. I was a full-time teacher for 5 years, and interestingly, I taught badly. Not a good teacher. Highlight of being a teacher, is I met my partner. When I was a teacher. We started a workplace romance. We were together for 2 years, right? Things were great. And at the end of 2 years, he pulled me into his classroom one morning and he said, look, I think we need to call off the relationship. And I was confused. I didn't know why. This was my first love. I didn't know what to say to him. And I demanded a reason. I went, please tell me, why do you want to call off the relationship? And for ages, he wouldn't give me a reason. And then eventually he did. And I promise you 100%, this is what he said. He said, we need to call off the relationship because 5 years before I met you, I met someone else. And 6 months before I met you, I got engaged to that person. I'm still engaged to them now, and I'm going to go ahead with the marriage. Thank you so much for the pantomime reaction. I love it so much. Honestly, bleakest moment of my life, but it made a really good Edinburgh show and I made a lot of money. I bought a car, honestly. Bleakest moment of my life, though. Bleakest moment of my life. Now, times that bleakness by 10 when I tell you he told me this 5 minutes before I had to teach Year 6 maths. Right? I know, right? I'm the most heartbroken I've ever been in my life. I had to teach SATs level maths questions to a group of 11-year-olds. Right? I was asking questions like, if a train leaves Leeds station at 10 a.m. and arrives at Sheffield station at 11 a.m, would life be better if I was underneath it? Awful. It's terrible. It's awful. Right? Now, the thing is with that joke, right? I wrote and performed that joke for the first time one day after the breakup. Now, I think that's pretty bold, right? I think that's pretty bold. Now, originally, I was very worried to do that joke, and that wasn't the original punchline. Originally, the punchline was, if I arrive in this place, will I ever be loved again? That was the punchline. Right? Now, because I was so nervous about it, I invited someone I love and respect very much to come and see me do that joke. And that person I love and respect very much, they said that punchline isn't good enough, and they suggested the suicide line. And that person was my mother. Imagine that. That's my life. So I'm single at the minute. I worry about a lot of things though. I've got quite bad anxiety over a few things. The main reason I worry is I'm a gay man, but I don't do stereotypically gay things, right? For example, I'm a massive football fan. I'm a huge football fan. My dream is that I'd like to go to the Men's World Cup, and I decided once I was 18 years old, I would go to the World Cup. That's what I was going to do. Now, the issue with that is the two places the World Cup have been held since I turned 18 are Russia and Qatar. Now, they are two countries where I am literally illegal. And that is awfully exciting for me. Oh my God, it is. Oh, I'm a fugitive, I'm on the run, honestly. I feel like Jason Bourne, just with slightly limper wrists. I'd say. So I couldn't go to those two World Cups. Obviously couldn't get to those two World Cups. I thought, I'll go to the next one. When's the next one? World Cup 2026, the USA. I was like, I'm going to go to the USA. I'm going to watch the World Cup in the USA. It's going to be amazing. And then they released the ticket prices for matches in the USA. Cheapest ticket price for a Men's World Cup match in the USA when they first released the tickets, £3,000, right? I can't afford that. There's no way I'm getting to that World Cup. The only way I'm getting to that World Cup, I'm hoping my disability gets worse and I can make it my make-a-wish. It's not happening otherwise, is it? Let's be honest. You have been absolutely delightful. Thank you so much for having me. And at this point, it's a bit cheesy and it's a bit corny, but the only way I can think to end sets now is I just have to say thank you. Because without people like you who come out to shows like this and people at home who choose to watch shows like this, I couldn't have achieved my dream of quitting teaching. So thank you so much. You've been amazing. I've been Alex Mitchell. I'll see you again. Good night.
Hello. Nice to see you all. Are we good? Yeah. Gorgeous. So enjoying the Disability Extravaganza. Obviously, the representation is great, but as a butch lesbian, it is so nice to do a gig where no one has asked me about sport. So good for me. So rare. I have MS, so I don't always have my cane. My symptoms fluctuate quite a lot, so I don't always look disabled. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know why, when I don't have my cane, that people ask me about sport then. I hate sport. I just have short hair. I think my community was really misrepresented by the Trunchbull. I don't like it. I get asked about inclusion in sport quite a lot. I guess, well, because I'm disabled, I'm trans, I'm ticking a lot of boxes. I get asked about inclusion in sport, and I'm really bored of talking about it, just because of the hatred of it in general. So I think that if we can't sort of agree to get along, we should just cancel all sport and replace it with a single gender-neutral sport, darts. I think that would be so nice. So yeah, sport's not my hobby. My current hobby, my passion project at the moment is I am trying to find my biological father, but only to get an Irish passport. That's my only interest in it. I just love human rights, and I want them for me. I'm kooky like that. I don't really have a lot to go off of. I know that his name is John. That's one thing I know about him. I often perform as a drag king character called John Travolta. Thank you. I thought you would like that specifically. It's a lovely moustache. We'll talk after. But yeah, I think it's important that that I say that when I named John Travolta, I didn't know that my dad's name is John. I did know my stepdad's name, which is also John. And that's on me, really. It's fine. Well, I don't really know that much else about him. I know that he's Catholic, which is good because I was raised Catholic. I should say that as a queer person, I'm not really traumatised by having been raised Catholic. I was sort of protected from the gay shame bit by the assumption that it was just a sort of camp joke that we were doing. I'll walk you through it. Could you hold my cane for a second? Thank you so much. It's not catching, don't worry. Other than maybe genetically. Which is why I will be asking my dad for full medical records. I'm just joking. I don't think he had MS. He ran so quickly when he left. So, I'll show you communion. So if you're on your knees and there's a man in front of you in robes and maybe a big hat, and he goes, "Gay sex is very bad, and you mustn't do it. And if you do it, you'll go to hell." And you have to go, "Yes, Father." Blech. It's just hard to take the gay shame seriously. Thank you so much, pal. Thank you. I've become a sort of, I guess like a bisexual Pope priesty thing. I'm getting back in touch with my my Catholic roots in a very specific context. I've become a sort of, I guess like a priest to my bisexual friends, like bisexual women friends, whenever they get a new boyfriend. So they'll sort of, they'll bring him before me. And they'll be like, "Bless me, Jodie. I've sinned. It's been 6 months since I was asked a question. His name is Tin. He has an artisanal podcast about ale. He's so pretty." And I'll be like, "5 Hail Mary Wollstonecrafts, my child, on your way." It's a nice symbiotic relationship we have going on. It's lovely. I really enjoyed, when we got the new Pope, I really enjoyed my friend's a sort of shock and horror that the new Pope was a little bit homophobic. I think the old Pope threw us off. He was very sweet. He loved the gays. He had his little Pope-mobile. And then the new Pope came along and he didn't like queer people quite as much. And I think what happened with my friends is that they confused being loving and accepting and celebratory of our beautiful queer community with having a big hat. And the Pope does just have a big hat. And inside his hat is a smaller Pope. And he hates you more. And inside his hat is a child Pope. We're not allowed to talk about that. I have to go now. You've been absolutely gorgeous. I've been Jodie Mitchell. See you later.
You ever seen those adverts for the muscular dystrophy lottery? Yeah, don't enter. This is what happens when you win. When I was younger, I asked my parents why I was disabled. They told me the stork that delivered me worked for Yodel. So, because I'm disabled, people like to say this phrase to me. They like to say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now, okay, I get that that's well-meaning. That might be the worst thing to say to someone with muscular dystrophy. Like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger may actually be the least helpful cliche to repeat to me. It'd be like going up to a grieving widow whose husband drowned in the ocean and saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Also, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger is such a stupid expression, because it doesn't really apply to anything except maybe steroids. Like, if steroids don't kill you, they make you stronger. But, like, that quote comes from Nietzsche, the German philosopher that was famously into drugs. So I wonder if he was, like, experimenting with steroids, and that's where he got the idea for the quote. And if that's the case, does that mean if Nietzsche was addicted to, like, Imodium instead, would people now be saying to me, whatever doesn't kill you will stop you shitting your pants? I think the worst part of being disabled is being patronized. Like, some people literally talk to me like a dog. I'm not sure how to feel about that, because on the one hand, that is very offensive. But on the other hand, that is my kink, so joke's on them. I mean, I suppose I am a bit like a dog. I'm a very good boy. I like having my belly scratched, and also like a dog. It's only the weirdest people that try to have sex with me. I was asked the other day if I can get an erection. I don't know, the security questions on my email are getting weirder and weirder. People seem to think that if you're in a wheelchair, that must mean you can't get an erection. I can get an erection, if you must know. I'm kind of weird, though. Like, I can only get an erection if I've got a room of people looking at me. Erections are weird, because they're your brain preparing you to have sex, even though usually you're not about to have sex. Like, the human brain is a fascinating thing, because think about it, like, it can create art and music and learn complex things like languages, but it can't learn that I don't need to get a boner every time I see the green M&M in those M&M adverts. Did you know they redesigned the green M&M without boots to be less sexy? Is there anything these woke liberals won't take away from us? No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually very left-wing. Like, obviously, I'm so left-wing. even my muscle condition is progressive. No, actually, politically, I'm very progressive in a lot of ways. But I am conservative in some other ways. Like, for example, I'm very, supportive of transgender people, very pro-trans rights. But on the other hand, I'm a misogynist, so... So it's like, I see trans women as women, and I would happily, date a trans woman, just as long as she stays in the kitchen where she belongs. I had to get a haircut for this. I used to have very long hair, but people kept saying I looked like Keanu Reeves. I guess because of the black hair and the beard, which I don't see, to be honest. I don't think anyone's going to mistake me for Keanu. Maybe I look like Keanu if he missed that jump in The Matrix. All right, that's great. Thank you very much.
Am I all right? Did I? When I was asked, Harriet. I think many things, but my ears, I'm hard of hearing. So then, do you know what though? I think is the worst issue with that. Mumbly bastards. Everyone's mumbling, yeah. And I think, why aren't you enunciating? Why are you scared to open your mouth? Do you think someone's going to post a letter in your face? Or do you think someone's going to steal your teeth and make a little piano out of your teeth and then follow you around for the rest of your life? Could you imagine eating a sandwich with no teeth when there was a piano next to you made from your teeth? Me neither. Another issue is my brain. But I'm scared to go, because everyone tells me that they reckon I've got ADHD, but, it's, every time I go to the doctor, they diagnose me with something different. So, what happened then? I went to the doctor with a sore throat, got diagnosed with bipolar, and then... And then recently, I was having biblical periods, so I went to the doctors, and then they diagnosed me with a heart condition. I've just put little sanitary towels over my heart, shall I? But my brain, the other day, I was really fed up with how I was sitting, so I crossed my legs whilst I was driving. And then, oh my God, I lost my hearing aid on the M6. I don't know why, but I just thought I'm sick of looking straight out that window. So I opened the window, stuck my head out like a dog, like that. And then a gust of wind took my hearing aid. And so I think that there's a magpie on the M6 with impeccable hearing on one side. Yeah. I think that there should be neurodivergent car insurance. So, does anyone else do this? Because, I've been asking, and then, I don't think anyone does. But, so if the sat-nav tells you to go left, I just do it right instantly. I never think, it could mean in a little while. And I did that, and I went into I've driven to a tram, and yeah. But these days, I've noticed this, no one apologises. No one ever accepts responsibility, whereas I always do things that are wrong, so I always apologise. So I said to the tram driver, I apologised via mime, and he was fine once I apologised, and then we both laughed about it, and he was fine because he's a tram, whereas the front of my car was dingly dangling. It was but I think if there was neurodivergent car insurance, I'd ring them up, tell them what happened, and they'd be like, right, and what caused this? And I'd be like, my heating was on at the time, and I was very overwhelmed. Approved? off your pop. Because of this, I don't need to think less of me when I tell you this, because I am very working class, but from time to time, I do have a chauffeur, but only because it's cheaper to have this one chauffeur in particular, rather than run a car, because he's had a terrible accident, and he's got a pipe in his head. And sometimes in life, if you have an accident and you've got a pipe in your head, it's actually safer to just leave the pipe in your head. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause if you took the pipe out, yeah, and other than the pipe in his head, it's just like you and me, you know. And that's what makes him cheap. Is the pipe. And he said to me, because I do a lot of gigs, he said, Harriet, can you put a word in for me? So if anyone is looking for a very cheap chauffeur, yeah, let me know and I'll hook you up. The only thing I would say is if you're sensitive to the cold, it's probably not for you, because he's always got to have a sunroof open because of the pipe. And also, I'd say if you're sensitive to this noise, give it. Give it a miss. Sometimes I think, would I still come up with stuff like this if I hadn't have done a lot of drugs? My partner is going bald, and he read somewhere that if you get the lick of a cow on your head, it's supposed to help your hair grow back. And I think in relationships, if you have one person that says something like that, it's very important that the other person is like, what are you on about, you mad bastard? That's how relationships work, isn't it? Whereas I'm like, let's go to a field and get a cow to lick your head. Which we did, yeah? And he was straddling this cow, and I think the cows still talk about it. And they're like, do you remember when that guy was straddling you, trying to get you to lick his head? Moo. But do you know how difficult it is to get a cow to lick? Like, right, it's actually very difficult. And he was wiggling a bit too much, and he fell off. And then on the way down, the cow licked him, and now he's got a Mohican up the side of his face, yeah. And he's got kids, and he's still in touch with the baby mama, and they communicate via voice note, and I listen as best I can. And one time, he said to her, don't get high rate with me. And then she goes to him, I'm not getting high rate with you. You're getting high rate with me. And I said, do you both think it's high rate? And they did. They were childhood sweethearts, learned the word together, thought it was high rate. Yeah. So I took the mick a bit, and then I felt bad, because on the whole, I mainly mock myself. I don't like to mock other people, you know, so I apologised and said I didn't mean to insult your intelligence, you know. Now, you wouldn't think this from my act, but I actually like to know what I'm doing. Yeah, and I don't like change. And one time I was dropping a friend home, and I was right by her house, and then she goes, oh, actually, can you take me to Sainsbury's? What? That's not part of my plan. I don't know where Sainsbury's is. And then she goes, oh, I'll direct you, but I didn't know that she doesn't drive. So she's pedestrian directed me, and then I'm up a footpath, very upset. And then we finally got to the Sainsbury's, and she's fled into the night on all fours. And then it was like a really big Sainsbury's with like a one-way system, so... and I couldn't find my way out, so I had to put Jane on, you know, Jane, the sat-nav lady. So I always think she sounds like a Jane. So the car's rolling, Jane's there going, bear left. And then, this is before I had my hearing aid, so I've got my ear to the speaker, I'm going, what you saying, Jane? Like that. Hit a man. Yeah. And not al dente, it was in his car, yeah. Thank you, it really upsets me when no one laughs at that bit. I got out of the car, he looked me up and down and said, That is very offensive. Then he said, I bet you're not even insured. I don't even know what that means. Insured, yes. And I was going to kick off, and then I thought, Harriet, to be fair to him, you did get out the car going, what a mistake to make her. Which it was. The whole thing was so awkward, so I offered him a polo, and then he goes, I know your game, you've got them polos on the floor over there. I said, what? So then I've had to go in the boot of my car, look for my multi-pack of polos to prove to him that I wasn't trying to give him floor polos. Anyway, the point to this story is that this has happened 3 times, right? And they never claim. How good's that? Never. I think they spend a little bit of time with me and they think she's got enough to be dealing with. Thanks so much, all the best.
You might notice that a lot of comedians start their set by saying, hello, it's great to be here. But you notice that I didn't say that because it's not. I do get annoyed at musicians, or like I call them, lazy twats. Because they write one 3-minute song and then they tore the shit out of it for decades. And we like it so much, we get annoyed when they write new shit. We would all be happier if Paul McCartney had put the pen down. Half a century ago. You're laughing, but they did not like that joke in Liverpool. Fucking hell. And then don't get me started on covers. We can't do covers. Imagine if I came out here tonight and went, hello, I'm Michael McIntyre. If you didn't know, that's a very good impression. I can do an impression of any celebrity. I just need to give that celebrity cerebral palsy. And if you're sat there going, I don't think Michael McIntyre with cerebral palsy would sound like that. To you, I say, you try it. You thought not, you fucking coward. you ready to get some more comedians out? Does that sound good? Good, 'cause you got no fucking choice. So, please whoop, cheer and holler for Jake Donaldson!
Hello, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me, Joris. You might have worked out what my disability is already. I'm a Geordie. So sorry about that. No, I'm partially blind, or partially sighted, depending on your outlook on life. So I'm partially blind. My glasses are always half empty. I'm from Newcastle. I grew up there with my dad, who's also disabled. Sorry, I'm a Nepo baby. He had a brain hemorrhage in his early 20s. He lost the use of the right side of his body. He's blind in one eye as well. He gets words and phrases confused because of his disability. I'll give you an example. Took him to a hospital recently for a pre-surgery consultation, and he was trying to remember the word anaesthetised, but he got confused because of his disability, and he ended up going, "Aye, well, that's all well and good, Doc, but am I going to have to get euthanised for this?" And doctor's like, "No, I hope not." Comes up with weird stuff like that all the time. My dad, he recently said to me, "Jake, do you remember that car we had before you were born?" No! Not unless it's the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I've been disabled since I was born in 1993. I'm 32 years old, despite the fact I've got the body of a 57-year-old GP. My dad gets words and phrases confused all the time. I like people who get words and phrases confused. Give me a cheer if you know a language. I mean, statistically, London, it should be all of you. I like people who are English speakers who still get English wrong, though. That's quite fun. If something's really obvious, the phrase people use is the Pope Catholic? That's a thing, isn't it, right? And or do bears shit in the woods? That's the other one, right? People get that mixed up, and that's quite fun in itself. They'll say, does the Pope shit in the woods? And are bears Catholic? I was in New York recently. I was chatting to a bloke, and he got it even more confused than that, right? I said to him, "So, are you a fan of the New York Mets?" And he went, "Is the Pope a bear?" I'm like, "No. I don't even think he swings that way." I watched my dad as I was growing up, get more and more disabled, and I've decided I want to try and keep as fit as I can in my youth. So I've joined a gym, joined a pure gym actually, which I've realised is the name of a gym. Actually, it's not just the nickname of a white supremacist called James. But I've joined a pure gym, and I've also started swimming. That's my new favourite one. I love swimming, right? The only thing is I do this for a living. I'm travelling to gigs, working at night, so I can only go swimming at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And the only other people who go swimming at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I've discovered, are exclusively 103-year-old men. And when I go swimming, I've got to take my glasses off, and the bit of correctable vision I've got disappears. So I'm completely blind when I'm in the pool. And that's not a problem if there's no one else in the pool. I'll just swim around, I'll bang my head off a wall. It'll be fine, right? As soon as there's one other person in that pool, I'll push off the wall to start swimming down the lane. And 100% of the time, my hand will go inside an old man's arse. And it's underwater, so it happens in slow motion as well. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen a shuttle docking with the International Space Station. It's incredibly embarrassing when that happens, right? The first time it happened, I was so embarrassed, I just wanted to leave the pool, right? But I couldn't see where the changing rooms were, right? And normally I would just ask someone, I'd go up to someone who works there, I'd say, I'm sorry, I can't see very well. Can you tell us if I'm going to the wrong changing rooms? But I panicked because of the social anxiety of having accidentally fisted an old man. And so I panicked. And I was squinting to try and see the guys. Well, I developed this thing, I don't know why, where when I squint, I bend my knees. Don't know why that happens, right? So this guy ended up with this weird squinty, hairy northern hobbit man coming towards him, and then panicking because of social anxiety and shouting the phrase, nah, is that where the ladies go? And that's creepy and weird, that, isn't it? So I know where they are now, the changing rooms, so I'll go and get in the changing rooms, I'll go and have a wee. We've got those urinals in our changing rooms where it's like a trough in the ground that you wee into, and you wee against the wall, it goes into the trough, and then it goes into the sewer. That's what we've got in our changing rooms. At least I thought it was. Turns out without my glasses on, just been pissing on a normal wall. It's not even in the changing rooms. I know. I do know where my locker is. It's got a high-vis sticker on it, so I know which one's mine. I go and get my things and I leave. But from about 6 months ago, I was in there, and there was a guy who'd been in the gym, and he was completely naked because he'd had a shower. He was completely naked and really angry. And he pushed me into a wall, and he shouted, "Oi, you were just staring at my dick, you pervert." And I was like, sorry, mate, I'm visually impaired. I wasn't staring at anything, I promise. And I should have left it at that. But because I am clinically insane, I added the phrase, "I'm sure it's lovely, though." Why on earth have I done that? Might as well have just punched myself in the face. Circumnavigated the entire thing. You guys have been really lovely. My name's Jake Donaldson. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye!
Yes, don't worry. I am allowed to be here. How are you guys? You good? Yeah? How was work? Was it good? Yeah? I don't work. I'm certified not fit to work by the government, and I want to live up to those expectations. So if any of this actually works, don't tell them. I'm on benefits. Any taxpayers in? Yeah, thanks. I'm on benefits because I don't know if you know this. I need benefits. I don't know if you know this. Comedy doesn't pay well, right? Stand-up especially. Very bad for finances. I get a lot less money from the government if they catch me standing up once. So no snitching, yeah? But I asked the government, I told the DWP, I said, I want friends. And I want benefits. They said that was a different form, so... So I'm 23, but I look so young that if anyone ever fancies me, kind of have to vet them. It's not hard to do so, you know. They're usually middle-aged men in their late pervies, early creepies. So good to see you again. And I tell them, look, I'm 23, I'm sorry. They get all disappointed, you know. They get back in their vans. So this aura of gender whateverness, that's not just you, that's the thing, I'm non-binary. But people love to ask anyway, you know, that question. You a boy or are you a girl? And I love that. Because I can give them the least helpful answer, which is no. You know, I'm non-binary, I don't believe in it, but I do think gendered language does exist, you know. If a man's too confrontational, ah, prick. If a woman's too confrontational, ah, bitch. If a non-binary person's too confrontational, they're a typical non-binary. And people do come up to me and say, Ro, that line's wrong, because there's no such thing as a typical non-binary. People are all different genders, different diversities, all very, very different from each other. And everyone that comes up to me and says that looks exactly like me. So I should address this. You know, I've got cerebral palsy, but the doctors did tell me that it was the best case scenario. So I guess that makes it the best kind of cerebral palsy that a non-binary ginger autistic person could possibly have. You know, it's amazing. You know, this night is amazing, seeing so many disabled performers, you know, audience members out, you know, supporting disability rights. It's great for disability rights because, you know, disabled people, we're typically less able to get together and protest for our rights all together as a group because we can't really mobilise. But, you know, pros, if we did want to protest for anything, we wouldn't have to glue ourselves to the road like Just Stop Oil. All we need to do is pick a zebra crossing, all try and cross at the same time. No one's going anywhere. But I do get asked, like, cerebral palsy, that must be hard on your sex life. I'm like, you know, it isn't. Things are changing. There's now people who specify online that they would be open to dating disabled partners, and that's lovely, you know. Then there's people who take it just a little bit further and specify online that disabled people are their type. Now that's a bit too much support. But also, I'm terrified, how does that manifest? Is there a cougar somewhere? Go and come on in, I have handrails. Coming up, I got braille on my nipples. I'm not blind, my ex was. So that's too much, right? It's too much. But then people are so wrong. How do you want people to support the disabled? I'm like, oh, in the most progressive way I can possibly say this, and in favour of equal opportunity, fuck the disabled. Please, please fuck the disabled. I've been Ro Dodgson, aka Ed Sheeran. You guys have been great. See ya.
Hello, hello. Hello, now we good? Yeah, it's nice to see so many white people here, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm from Bradford. I thought you guys were, you know, extinct. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'm not sure if you've noticed by now, but I've got a bit of a beard and a stammer. Yes, I know what you're thinking. A stammering guy from Bradford. No, I'm not a Gareth Gates tribute act. Yeah, man. You know what the worst thing about having like a stammer or like any type of disability is, right? It's like, you know, when people are always trying to relate to you, you know, to make themselves feel all inclusive. You know, like I remember I had a guy come up to me, right, and he was like, you know, hey mate, you know, have you seen the King's Speech? I mean, obviously he didn't say it like that because that would be mean. Yeah, like, you know, it's quite interesting having a stammer, right? Obviously, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I've had one my whole life. But there's one thing I still don't understand about it. That is, I talk slow, but I come fast. How does that work? But yeah. But yeah, actually, you know what? I'm also looking for a girl like who also has a beard and a stammer as well. But I think the like only is so obviously we can relate. But I think the like only issue we might have is that we can't necessarily have a safe word. Actually, guys, you know what? Just ignore everything I've just said. This isn't even a stammer. Like you know this signaling here is just really shit. To make a short story long, I remember, obviously, you know, I was having a conversation with one of my mates, right? For context, he was white. I think he still is. And I remember I had an awful block, right? And he was like, you know, he was like, hey mate, you know what's gonna help you with your stammer, right? Is if you talk like a porky pig. I was like, dude, you do realize I'm a Muslim, right? That's all, folks. Thank you.
My mum used to call me a little Superman, which I loved, so I found out she meant Christopher Reeve. It's lovely to be here on a disability comedy night. It's half the acts back there are neurodiverse and the other half are physically disabled, which makes it the most rock and roll green room I've ever been a part of. Half the acts are on opiates and the other half are on speed. And I just so happen to be on both. So we'll see how we get on. Now, a friend asked me the other day, he said, Jack, is it true, is the life of a comedian full of sex and drugs? And I said, yes, if by sex and drugs you mean a double espresso and a wank. Anyway, I'm banned from Starbucks now, so... Fun fact about the sex lives of disabled people, we always get the best parking spaces when we go dogging. It's very nice to be here in London. I do have a bit of a tough time in London as both a northerner and a disabled person, because I'll walk up to the taxi rank in my walking frame, they'll see my walking frame, and then they'll just all turn the lights off in a big row, just bing, 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 bing. Feels a bit like being the Yorkshire Ripper on Take Me Out. I shouldn't say that though, because I do think taxi drivers are getting a little bit more sensitive around issues like disability. Apart from taxi drivers in my native West Yorkshire, they don't seem to give a shit. Got in a taxi the other day, bloke turns around to me, he goes, so, what's up with you then? I had to go, well mate, I've got cerebral palsy, if that's what you mean. He went, oh, right. I have a nephew with cystic fibrosis, if that's any good to you. I said, right, I don't really know what you think is going on here, but we don't all know each other. We're not all in a big WhatsApp group. I don't know what you think is going on. But anyway, it turns out I did know his nephew, actually. Yeah, Cystic Steve. Don't lend him a fiver, he'll never get it back. Anyway, we get stuck in traffic again. He turns around again, this bloke. He goes, "So, were you born in a wheelchair?" "Was I born in a wheelchair?" "Yes, mate, it was a very traumatic birth. Took 12 and a half hours. I left the brake on." Couldn't leave it alone, this bloke, though. We get stuck in traffic again. He turns around again. He goes, "I hope you don't mind me asking a little bit of an impersonal question, but does your dick work?" And, "Yeah, it does, as a matter of fact, mate, and it's massive." No, because... No, that is... I don't know if you know, but that is how it works. If God fucks up your legs, he's got to give you a real piece of action to work with. Or at least... that's what happened in my case. I feel sorry for any of these small dick disableds wheeling about. They must have done some really bad shit in a previous life. Anyway, we're getting towards the destination. This bloke's been through my whole medical history. And it's like, "Mate, do you want to stick a finger up my ass and have a little fiddle with my prostate while you're at it? Or do you want to just drive me to Nando's like we agreed?" Anyway, I see him instead of my regular GP now, so I can get an appointment inside 20 minutes. I mean, now, there's been a lot of jokes about the benefit system tonight, and you know, I've told a couple, but I think recently, right, I almost got my benefits, my personal independence payments stopped, right, because I was late to the benefits assessment because there were not enough disabled parking bays at the Benefits Assessment Centre. Now, not having enough disabled parking bays at a Benefits Assessment Centre is a little bit like opening a hemorrhoid clinic and making all the furniture in the waiting room out of stickle bricks, innit? And, you know, let's face it, they were probably all taken up by people with ADHD. Any ADHDers in? Good, I knew there'd be a few, somehow. No, God love you, I do love you getting in on the act. I think it's fantastic. No, I do. I think it is great, you know, more power to you. But it does annoy me a bit, because I've got an old-fashioned disability, you know, I've got a proper Victorian fucking disability, like... You know, I've basically got consumption, none of this... You know, I've got to wear stupid clown shoes all the time, everywhere. None of this, you know, newfangled, invisible Da Vinci Code bullshit you get nowadays. I've got to do it properly, proper old school. And, you know, while we're at it, fibromyalgia, I know your game. You just want to wear slippers in the office, don't you? Look, if you can't slag off groups of other disabled people at a disability comedy extravaganza, then when the fuck can you? None of that is backed by medical science. It's just, you know, uneducated prejudice. But the reason, you know, I can do it because I think, you know, even I can outrun people with fibromyalgia. And let's face it, the ADHDers will lose their keys and forget about it soon enough. Right, I'm allowed to do that joke, I think, because, right, if anybody has got ADHD, I think I have got ADHD, but I can never get tested for it, because my philosophy when it comes to disability is you really only get to choose one. More for convenience and communication than anything else, because can you imagine if I'm at a party and someone goes, "Jack, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what actually is it that's, you know, that's wrong with you?" And I tell them I've got ADHD. They'd go, "Well, is it the worst case ever recorded?" I mean, telling me you're so distracted you've forgotten how to walk properly? Well, this has been absolutely lovely. I hope you all feel very good about yourselves for supporting some disabled people. And I've had a lovely time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night and God bless.
Have you had a good night? Good! Do you all like disabled people? Good. I would say I'll see you all in heaven, but I'm not getting there. Right, we are gonna fuck off now. So please can we have a round of applause for Rosie